Well, from floods to volcanic eruptions, you can find yourself dealing with a very turbulent summer getaway as we see more and more extremes weather-wise around the globe.
Planes taxied on flooded runways in Dubai last month. In Iceland, lava is a sight to see, but it also caused significant damage. Before you pack your passport and take off, you can do things to be better prepared.
Yeah, joining us right now to talk about this is friend of the Weather Channel, Jennifer Broome. Thanks for joining us, Jennifer. She's a meteorologist and a travel journalist. Thanks for being with us this morning. So let's talk about this if people are trying to travel internationally. So what are some of the things they should be doing before they actually head out on their trip?
Well, you really have to think about it's no longer if, it's when you could potentially run into some type of natural disaster or unrest. And one thing that I do, I've got kind of three things that I do before I go on an international trip. The first thing is to make sure you're insured. Now, it's a little bit more than just going beyond that travel insurance when you're buying your plane ticket. You also want to think about having evacuation insurance. I always carry both of those. I'll honestly tell you, a couple of weeks ago, I was in Taiwan 3 days before that recent earthquake there. So it's a good idea to have travel insurance and evacuation insurance. Something else that I do is to enroll in the U.S. State Department STEP, that is Smart Traveler enrollment program, and it's free to do that. What that does is connect you with the U.S. consulate or embassy in the country that you're traveling to, just in case there's an emergency. And then lastly, it's very simple. Make sure you have a paper copy of your passport and a digital copy of your passport with you, and make sure somebody back home also has it too.
And that insurance, not just for your travel, also health insurance. Your insurance doesn't do international stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, Jennifer, Europe is a top summer destination, but Italy, France, Spain, and Greece, they've all had record-setting heat in the past couple of years. So what's an alternative to those places?
Let's head to the beautiful country of Croatia. Dubrovnik is the top pick for folks to go. I'll honestly tell you, I was there last September. It felt like it was mid-July there with the temperatures and the crowds. Seasonal shifts with the temperatures, allowing for those warmer temperatures to last into September and October. A couple of things you can do while you're there to kind of get you out of the old city, which, by the way, take your turn there and then get out. But take a day trip to Lokrum. That is one of the beautiful islands nearby. And then if you really want to lose the crowd, head to one of the islands in Croatia. Enjoy it. They have an excellent ferry service that will get you to those easily.
And Ireland, typically a little cooler during the summer months, and other areas also very popular. So where can you go to experience Ireland without all the big crowds?
I'm still taking you to Ireland, but we're going to Northern Ireland, and we're doing that stretch from Belfast to Derry. In Belfast, go to the Titanic Museum. It's phenomenal. And then you'll do that coastal causeway. It's just absolutely gorgeous, that drive. It'll take you past places like Giant's Causeway. It will take you to Dunluce Castle, and then on to Derry, which, of course, guys, you know, is made famous by the television show. It is really a unique way to experience Ireland into that Northern Ireland. And you don't have quite as many people there, and you still get the cooler weather.
So recent volcanic eruptions forced some popular attractions to close in Iceland as a precaution. So what is Iceland like now?
Yeah, one of those main attractions, the Blue Lagoon, the very famous Blue Lagoon, did close because of the potential for the seismic activity, the heightened alert there. It has reopened, but it's just something to think about. If you are going to be traveling for that adventurous travel type of destination, you do need to be a little bit more alert and aware that things could potentially close at any moment. Of course, Iceland is such an amazing country to go to. Go and do the Golden Circle to see the waterfalls, to see the volcanic craters, and it is also the only place in the world, guys, that you can snorkel between two tectonic plates. And yes, I've done it.
Wow, sounds great.
Of course you have.
Well, Jennifer, we have about 30 seconds left here. So where in the world have you seen the most significant impacts of climate change? And have you also seen any success stories about the battle against climate change?
Yeah, Marshall Islands is the place, one of the places in the world being tremendously affected by rising sea levels, potentially looking at it as a disappearing nation, potentially uninhabitable in the next 30 to 50 years. Catch-22, they need tourists to come in order to build seawalls, to get that money there in order for them to survive longer. And in Caño Cristales in Colombia, that is a success story.
All right, Jennifer Broome, always great to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, great international places to visit. Just domestically, you know, we have Glacier National Park.
Yeah.
That could just become former Glacier National Park,
Right.
talking about climate change. So if you haven't been there, get there. There's something on my bucket list, but I got to do that sooner than later.
I have so many bucket list places I still have to go. That's one of them now. We'll be back.